What made some of my Arborvitae die? When should I replant? So what makes them die, you think?
Oh, there could be so many answers.
Yeah.
We'll go with a couple short ones.
Okay.
So, depending on the time of year, if we're in June in the southeast,
Okay, we're good. Okay.
probably it could be bagworms. So you need to check.
Yeah.
You need to check your conifers for bagworms.
Right,
They're
right.
actively feeding during that time of year.
That's right.
If you don't see any insect activity, my next go-to would be drainage
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That's right.
in your soil. They do not prefer to have wet feet. They need excellent drainage. Even if water isn't standing on that site, you may have a slow draining soil.
Okay.
So if
I like
it's got a high, heavy clay content, you know, that could be an issue. Sometimes I'll see one plant is fine, one plant is dead, one plant is fine, and that just has to do with the variation in our soil composition, especially in any kind of, think of your subdivisions, right? They've come in and they've done groundwork
Right.
before they built these new structures. Topsoil was redistributed probably, you know, not as evenly as possible. In some cases, we don't even have a topsoil horizon list.
Yes, exactly.
So
Right.
there can be huge variation in the water holding capacity and drainage capacity of our soils, you know, a few feet from one another.
Right.
So,
How do you think we correct the drainage issue, though?
well, I wouldn't look towards correcting the drainage
Okay.
issue per
Right.
se. I would look towards planting tolerant species.
Okay. That's fair.
Instead of trying to change
That's
that.
fair.
That's going to be a huge undertaking. You would need to excavate that entire area and amend the entire planting area. You can't amend a hole
That's right.
and think that it's going to fix it.
That's right.
Have you ever heard of people wanting to add rocks to the bottom to
Of course I
increase
have.
drainage?
Yeah. What a mistake.
That does the opposite.
Yeah, what a mistake that is.
Right, that just raises your water level.
right.
So you could do a infiltration test where, you know, say you go ahead and take that plant out, you could fill that hole up with water, see how long it takes for that water to drain out of that hole. If it's longer than 24 hours, that's not a suitable site for that arborvitae. So that would probably be my second issue. And then as far as when can they replant, you can replant really any time of year, depending on how much you want to dedicate towards watering that plant.
Oh, yeah.
And in the southeast, we do have a really wide planting window because our ground seldom freezes.
Right.
When you get into other areas, obviously you don't want to plant while your ground is frozen.